Welcome back to Beyond the Pine.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 58.
I'm your host,
I'm your host,
Steven
Clayton
Suptic.
James.
Okay.
And first host here, I'll let the other guys go first, James DeAngelis.
0 above 1.
Below.
I'm
Above.
your host, Candy Braden.
And we've got our special guest, Tank. Dude, in the wedding video, healer slash tank.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'd imagine if you were playing a game
It's
like Overwatch.
Oh, dude, I thought
it'd be-
Tank was like a sexual
It's also an
name, like a
MMO
beaver
thing as
or
well.
like a
Yeah.
otter or something.
Oh, you're
a
thinking,
tank.
Is it-
Dude, just a large, hairless man.
An otter.
Dude.
I
No,
imagine
we
you'd
call
play
that,
like
Bulbasaur.
Brigitte.
Doesn't know what that is.
The
Overwatch.
Pokemon.
Doesn't know
She's
what
a
that
healer
is.
tank.
You guys been
Well,
playing
if I was a
Go?
Pokemon, I'd be a Groudon for sure.
Yep.
I'd be a Hitmonlee.
I would be a graboid.
Why are you laughing?
Hitmonlee's funny
the
as fuck.
funniest thing in the world.
Is Hitmonlee the kicking one?
Yeah.
He's
With
dope.
the spaghetti legs?
Boxing one.
Yeah,
right?
Dude, with the fucking slinky legs.
Exactly. That's Hitmonlee.
And then-
or Hitmonchan. You're
Yeah,
Hitmonchan.
Does
I'm
he?
Hitmonlee.
Is his
we
final
fight.
stage Machamp?
No,
Machamp.
that's Machop.
Machop? No.
There's Machamp and Machop.
Machamp is the top one, right?
No, it goes Machop, which is the little guy, then Machamp, which is big
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
and then Machoke
Oh, yeah,
is the
this-
form.
Machoke.
The one
that's
that you,
right.
but you have to trade to evolve him, which is such stupid bullshit.
That makes sense, like
dude,
boxing or
there-
like a football
yeah.
team.
Yeah, you have to trade players to get better ones.
I always like, whenever I'd be trying to complete a Pokedex, there'd be like the 5
Dude.
or 10 Pokemon that
I'm
was
sorry.
buffering. That
Steve
you have
was
to
just
trade
thinking about it.
in order to evolve, and I'm like, well,
It's like, I guess not.
didn't have friends.
Hitmonlee looks like a scary potato.
I like...
So-
Dude, Steve's like, I found the best fire, and now it's in fast motion.
Why is it really?
It's like it's catching up. Yeah.
All of our audio listeners, I'm very sorry about what you've just
He's
experienced. Now,
very sorry.
obviously, you can't see what's going on, but now I'll explain it to you. Behind me, there is a TV screen that's supposed to play a fire, but
No,
for
it's
some
a real
reason,
fire.
there's an
It's a real
internet.
fire.
There seems to be an internet issue. Something has gone wrong
Yeah,
with
it's-
our
it's
connection.
figuring it out.
And unfortunately, we don't have Jamie sitting next to us on the table today. We actually are doing this on 2 cameras that match this time, which is great. And Jamie's over there.
Live
Bless his
switching.
heart. He's trying to switch to whoever's talking.
Bless
Like,
his goddamn
like,
heart.
I can tell that the camera's on the wide. No, it's right there.
It's over here now.
No, it's on this one
over
because the
here
red
now.
light. No, and now it's over there.
Now it's over
But-
here.
We're going to see how well Jamie does at switching. It's a new job for him. We're not using the same cameras before. This is actually taking a load off of you.
Yeah.
It essentially
Normally,
means,
you
though-
get loads. So
Like
this is going to
all
be
day.
really interesting.
But it's essentially Jamie's editing the podcast now, just
Oh
live.
my god.
yeah, this is going to be a really weird technique.
I hope, especially when we're interrupting each other, it's just like
Jamie's not going to be able to focus.
he's like,
Let's give him a little test.
no.
Bada-ba-dee, bada-ba-da.
Bada-ba-dee,
Oh, no.
bada-ba-da.
Where's he
Oh,
going to
shit,
focus on?
shit. I don't
No, this
know.
is already
I don't
freaking me
know.
out, man.
Yeah. I think we should.
I think he can just go to wides at least for the
hey
rambling.
guys, hey man, let's keep it cool, calm, and collected.
That was
Which brings us to our first
was great.
sponsor. Thank you very much, Simply Safe, for sponsoring this episode of Beyond the Pine. See what I did there? It's called a
Welcome to
transition
the
vision.
jungle.
Safety, cool, calm, and collected. Alarm systems,
No, that doesn't match up.
same universe.
No,
man,
that doesn't
I'm
add
telling
up at all.
I agree.
Same
So let
body.
me tell you guys why I'm a big fan of Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe is ready for anything that gets thrown at it.
Not me.
Not you. And they're working. They're working.
They'll
on
never
that.
be ready for Steve.
So check this out. If a storm takes your power, Simply Safe is ready. If an intruder cuts your phone line so you have no way of contacting the authorities for help, Simply Safe
Oh,
is
dude,
ready.
if they've already done that, they're going to murder you.
But Simply Safe is ready.
They'll save you.
Or say the intruder destroys your keypad or your siren, Simply Safe will still get you the help that you need. Sure, you might be thinking, well, James, that's overkill. But, you know, and maybe you don't need to be ready for every worst case scenario, but that's what makes Simply Safe's home security system so great. It's always ready.
Better to
Always-
have it
Than-
and not need it
than to need it
and not have it.
AVP.
And to need it.
Was that AVP?
No inverse predator. So you might be thinking, okay, well, an alarm system that's that amazing, it probably costs an arm and a leg, right?
Millions and
No,
arms and
it
legs.
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Millions
It
of arms
doesn't.
and legs.
Simply Safe only charges you for what's fair. 24/7 professional security monitoring is just $14.99 a month. No contracts and no hidden fees. I recommend Simply Safe to all my friends. I'm definitely looking into getting a Simply Safe security system, and you guys have got to check them out. So if you go to simplysafe.com/pine today, that's simplysafe.com/pine to protect your home and family today, and you'll get their amazing security system for just $14.99 a month.
Even if you're blind.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Simply Safe, for sponsoring this episode of Beyond Pine.
No, that's not true.
Well, if
Just
you're
kidding.
blind, what
It
they do
is
is
true.
they get an empty tissue box and they tape it to the wall.
And then he just puts his fingers in and just activate.
Activate. I'm safe.
They're just wet wipes. Oh, fuck.
How are you, Autumn?
I'm good.
Have you been good?
Yeah, I've been fine.
Yeah, you don't talk to us that much.
That's not true.
You're right.
I think we just
Dude, I'll
live
never.
so far apart in rooms.
Yeah,
you
she
know?
never goes to any of our outings. You know, she
That's
didn't come
true,
to.
I
She didn't come to
don't.
James's Vegas birthday. Why didn't you guys come to that? You were easily
And you
available.
could have.
You could
There
have.
was an opening, a last minute
Dude, we all made money.
Yeah, I know.
And you would have
well,
lost it.
I was gonna go, and then my dad was gonna come, and then like 3 days before my dad was gonna come, he's like, "Never mind, I can't come."
Oh, he didn't even come. You didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, he didn't
I
even
knew. I was
come.
like, "Oh, are you coming?" She's like, "No, my dad was supposed to come, but he's
Supposed
not
to.
now."
Oh, okay. I feel differently now.
Dude, no. Well, he said he couldn't
Sorry,
come like
Autumn.
3 days before, and then we looked at hotel prices, and we were like,
There was space.
You would have
He
shared.
He
"No,
got
there
it.
was space, but it was really
No,
expensive."
no,
Okay,
no. He
hold
had a
on.
free upgrade to a massive suite. There
I'm
was extra
not
room.
And we
sure
had a
I'm
free
understanding.
day.
Your dad couldn't come for 3 days.
Okay, so the place that he works at,
Fucking
apparently,
infertile gimps.
one of the guys sexually assaulted somebody, so they had to fire him.
Wait,
Jeez.
where?
Wait,
At
what?
His job?
Yeah, so he had to cover
Is
for
it
him.
like one of his employees?
No, it was just like another dude that he worked for.
Sexually
you're-
assaulted?
Your dad
Yeah.
sexually assaulted someone, and then he had to fire them.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna need you to not work here.
I'm just feeling kind of weird about our situation.
And then that guy
Come here.
went on to, and then the man who was fired went on to become a Supreme Court justice.
Wow, nice transition to us talking about Brett Kavanaugh for an hour.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
Ugh,
but I am a
don't
little
care.
upset that you didn't. That you
I
ended up
looked. It
going.
was too expensive, man.
Yeah,
we
well,
just
you
couldn't do it
could've
last
just,
second.
You know, there was room.
There was room. It was too much money.
No, in either of our rooms.
To split,
Oh.
like I
Autumn.
shared with James,
Yeah.
and you would have had to share with Steve. So I
Bruce
understand why you
owns a
didn't come.
duplex.
A duplex.
Yeah, that's where all of our money goes, dude.
Do you know how much
Honestly.
fucking property I own? I own a duplex.
That's a floor level and another level.
but half of a house.
You know what's weird? Like you could buy an apartment and own that apartment, but legally you
Condo.
only own that area of air. You don't own any land. So if that building ever got sold and torn down, you would own a chunk of air.
Dude,
So you could
that's
always,
tight.
so you could always build above where someone, like if someone
You
put
could
in a
levitate.
restaurant.
You're just levitating there.
But that means that if you, am I right with thinking this? Like if it does get torn down and your stuff gets torn down, would your stuff get torn down with it, or would they just
Yes.
have to rebuild underneath?
They probably
That's a
need
good
permission,
question.
I imagine.
I feel like
Yeah,
there's definitely
probably.
some
Yeah.
sort of legal wormhole there
Just
that's
some
going to
legal
suck you
Did
to
you know
another
with,
dimension.
with waterland, landfront, you actually only own, I believe it's the first 3 feet into the water, and then
Really?
the water is government owned. You can't own, unless you own all the property around it, I believe. So
like,
like,
you could own the whole lake or something.
you could like somehow take a helicopter into the middle of a lake, drop in, swim in all the fucking place you want, and nobody can tell you to leave.
How far do you have to go to get to international waters? Where are
there's,
international
a, there's a
waters?
border. There's
Where
a
are
border.
international waters?
I always hear about that. Let
Do we
me
have
look-
eyes on my international water?
International waters. Huh.
Yeah.
Does
it's
that mean
where-
that it's shared or no
Well,
man's
look at it
land
like
type
this,
thing?
No
dude.
man's land. It's
Between
Wild West.
between
Cool.
California and Japan, so much ocean. Our border, like of the U.S., doesn't stretch halfway into the Pacific Ocean. It ends at a certain point, and then all same thing with like Japan, and then all the middle areas, international waters.
So I always thought that there were no laws in international waters, right? Not true, I
Yeah,
guess.
no, I couldn't ever
They're
think that that's true.
freer than countries' territorial waters in the sense that no country can claim sovereignty over them, according to the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, or acronym UNCLOS. But that doesn't mean that countries can't apply their laws or jurisdiction to events or people out there. So if one of your people does something wrong,
Yeah,
does
you
that mean
can't-
that you can't legally affect another country's person? Or
No, like for example, if you say somebody in California commits a crime and then they just sail out into the ocean and they leave the U.S. territory, whatever. Say there's a Russian ship that's out there with like Navy, and they pick up that person, they could extradite them back to the U.S.
right.
because like Yeah.
So essentially, they're safe until they return or get captured out
But
there.
couldn't the U.S. still come and grab their
Yeah.
person? Okay.
But I'm saying like
You
maybe
think-
they didn't know they sailed out there, and then some ship saw them and like picked them up, and they're like, "Oh, we heard about you. You're the guy who raped 9,000 dogs."
Sailor bountyman. That's what I want to be.
So is there anywhere in the entire world where there are no laws?
There's
No.
this one town, I think it's in New Mexico or Arizona, and it's like, or maybe Nevada, and it's like it's known as like a lawless town. I saw a Vice documentary about it, and like it's literally just like a shanty town that a bunch of like homeless people set up, and they created like an
Their own-
operating town. There's like a library, and you can like go there and like take up shop, but it's like it's lawless. There's like no
So
form
we
of
can
authority.
finally go kill people after
So-
all these years.
Well, the
No.
rest of the town would probably gang up
There's
and kill
no
you.
area. There's no area in the entire world with no laws.
yeah, I mean, technically, I think what it is they just claimed land and no
It's
actual.
just so out there in the
you
middle
know,
of nowhere.
There are even laws in Antarctica.
Well, yeah.
Well,
it's
uh,
owned
let's
by
be
the
clear
US,
here.
Right?
No.
Dude, there are even
Or-
laws on
I'm
the moon.
Thinking of
Hmm?
I was gonna
There are
say,
even
there
laws on the moon.
in
who owns
space?
Antarctica?
I think there's territories
There's
that
a
have
lot
been-
of scientists.
that have been.
Really?
I think that Antarctica is one of those places, though, that like a lot of like cooperating like scientist teams from different countries are there to like research shit.
Is
and,
there
like,
an
working together.
Uncle Arctica?
I fucking hate you.
That's so good, dude. Is there an Uncle Arctica? But we all know that the Antarctica isn't what we think it is. It's actually the ring of ice that surrounds the flat Earth.
So,
Anyways,
there are there's a population of 4,000.
Jamie knows.
There's a
dude, you
population
look
of
like a
4,000.
scientist right now from this angle. When I can't see the logo, it looks like you're wearing like a white trench
A
coat.
lab coat with a stilethoscope
We'll do some science.
and my kaleidoscope to listen to people's heartbeats.
Well, don't just
your
tease me. Do some science.
Colostomy-scope.
Okay, I'll do some science.
Yeah, don't tease me. Do some science. Create fire. Nope,
Wow.
that's cuck.
Nope, that's vape smoke. Nope, that's cuck smoke.
I'll save this. I was gonna start.
Oh God. I was gonna
We had things to talk about, but we filmed this fucking podcast yesterday, and so we're
Yeah.
like,
Well, no, I
we
was
don't
gonna-
care about all the things
I
we were
was
gonna
gonna bring
repeat.
up the
I met Conan O'Brien
Oh my god.
Nice.
the day before yesterday.
was he
sweet.
nice?
Super sweet. You guys already know the whole story, but we'll tell it like you don't. So, guys, I met Conan O'Brien the other day at an ice cream shop in
Wacky.
Brentwood.
That's
His
wacky.
son was there. His son looked weird. I'm just kidding, Conan. I'm just repeating the conversation we had.
Her
but,
son looked.
What kind of ice
Her
cream? What kind of ice cream did he get?
I don't know what he got, but the ice cream was unfucking real. I think it was made with salt, like sea salt ice
I
cream.
love that.
It was
Oh.
strawberry sea salt ice
I
cream.
don't
It
care
was
about the.
God,
fucking
I don't care at all
unreal.
about the ice cream. So
Conan.
the thing that I actually really care about, because I feel like, I mean, we did record this before, but I
Yeah.
want to dive deeper into this. What exactly is it about Conan's son that
His
you thought
shape.
was his shape?
His
that's what you thought was
elongated
weird?
lower half.
It seems a little bit mean, right? Like
no,
what a
no.
Do you think he
I'm
would?
allowed to make fun of little boys?
How old was he? Do you think?
He's more rich than I'll ever
How-
be, so
how-
I'm totally allowed
okay,
to
let's-
punch up. I'm punching up at this little boy.
How old do you think?
This little fucking.
How old?
He's got to be 15.
Oh, poor kid.
No.
He's growing.
No, I know, but he's
grown in his
growing,
Do you think
man.
that's what it is? Do you think he just hasn't grown into his
No,
body?
I think it's family passed down.
or do you think it's like how Littlefoot is, like where you just know he's gonna look that
yeah,
way?
totally. 'cause
Okay, so
think about Conan's shape. It's interesting.
yeah, but he looks fine. Like he's tall. Obviously,
Take a
his
good
legs are-
gander at him in person. I don't think
Well,
you'll ever get the
he's usually
opportunity
sitting
to,
down.
but
Sure, the
person.
dude looks like a skeleton.
Take a look at him
absolutely.
in person. I don't think you ever will. But
but I mean, I hang out with Conan at ice cream shops all the fucking time, and his midriff is. It's stretched.
midriff?
It's stretched. With,
Conan's
It's
With-
like
yes.
too high above the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Describe
No, I
describe
get
the
that.
sun.
Okay, so
okay, well, you know, like the
he's
alien
more
from
legs
Arrival.
than he is anything else.
Oh, just big legs.
Long legs, small, wide torso.
How's the head?
It's like if you shrunk your torso even more and then put on a little bit more weight.
So he
Also,
looks like a Hitmonlee, like
Yes,
we were talking
yes,
about earlier.
yes.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Long,
yeah.
slinky
Huh.
legs.
Yeah.
And
They can
potato body.
Kick
And
anyone.
then just imagine
and a pissed off
imagine
face.
him. Now, not trying to be mean. If it comes off mean, it is what it is. Imagine that boy, plus his soul, standing there, just licking ice cream,
I'm only picturing Steve.
and then I walk up and I go, "I'm a big fan," and then Conan doesn't see me, and then his son goes. He looks at his dad and he goes. doesn't say a word. And then you go, hey. And then I introduce myself and have the conversation. But just imagine Hitmonlee standing in an ice cream shop.
If in your expert opinion, do you honestly think this boy's going to be able to live a normal life?
No, he's got young death syndrome, where he will live to be 80 and then pass away.
Which is fairly young.
Yeah.
It's the life expectancy of those of the American descent.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't it 90? It's 80 or 90?
It's
83?
79.
I think we can just
79?
come to a conclusion. The poor guy, poor kid.
Yeah.
You know,
I was rougher last podcast, and I realized I didn't need to be.
No, you were
I
just
bet
as
you were
rough.
rougher this podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but it was
I just think it's
funnier
funny.
because of the ice cream thing. But you know what's funny?
I'm totally exaggerating, though. You know what I mean? I just think it's funny to talk about.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, of course. it is.
Going back to
God.
life expectancy, because it gives you a
Steve's
glimpse of the
Made
future.
fun of Conan's son?
Check. Back in like the 1870s or 1880s, the life expectancy for like, I don't know, an
It
adult
was like
male,
40, 50?
it was 37.
37!
It was only because of the infant mortality rate. But
Yeah.
if you lived past like 25, you could live like a solid long.
But they also
life.
didn't have the medicines to like.
Right. So our life
people would die
expectancy
from
now,
fevers and
exactly.
fucking colds. They
Our
didn't
life
have,
expectancy now is 79. So think about 100 or 150 years from now.
we might
Don't
live to,
women live longer
30.
anyway as well?
I
Mhm.
believe
I think
so.
women. Why
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
they do.
Guys don't give a shit about their bodies.
I think this
Like
could be
we
bullshit.
sacrifice a single moment of eating something that's unhealthy, and we're like, oh, that was really good.
I'll do that again.
Every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But women have children and their insides are torn apart. I'm actually
think it
surprised
makes you
that they don't
stronger.
live as low. Yeah.
We know
Well,
that at least part of the reason why women live so much longer than men today, but not in the past, has to do with the fact that some key non-biological factors have changed. What are these changing factors? Some are well-known and some are relatively straightforward, like the fact that men smoke more often. Others
That's
are more
true.
complicated. For example, new evidence shows that in rich countries, the female advantage increased in part because infectious diseases used to afflict women disproportionately a century ago. So advances in medicine that reduced the long-term health burden from infectious diseases, especially for survivors, ended up raising women's longevity disproportionately. So you guys had older people diseases, and now you're cured. But we are
Okay.
getting a lot of diseases that we need to figure out.
we'll see what
we
the
need to
guys
start
do.
some diseases.
The guys are like at the front line when it comes to diseases.
Front line.
We get the diseases first. We're up there fighting tooth and nail, fighting these
Oh,
diseases,
yeah.
getting the diseases,
You don't have
dying.
to mansplain this to Autumn.
And what happens,
No, you
Autumn,
do.
is that the women are back home, safe. They're playing Tetris.
they're playing
They're playing
flowers. They're playing
mahjong.
flowers in kitchen.
They're playing mahjong with each other and making millions. And they don't get the diseases. And then later on, you get the diseases
Oh man.
because we give them to you.
Here, let me explain Autumn for you.
Dude, I'm gonna be alive for so long after Bruce dies.
Do you know what the number one?
How
do you-
sad is that? Bruce is
so
gonna die in the next
long.
couple of years,
That's
and you're gonna have a whole fucking life.
Of
Second
old
life.
age in a couple of years.
Do you know what the number one killer of women is?
Breast
Childbirth,
cancer.
right?
Fire attacks.
The Fire Nation.
Fire attack.
Fire Nation.
Fireballs from
Fireman.
space.
Flame on.
Do you know what the number one killer
Firemen.
of minorities in America?
What?
Asteroids. For some fucking reason, dude, they just plummet out of space.
Do you know what the
take
number
out a
one-
whole city block?
It's a growing concern.
You know what the number one killer of dads is?
What?
Dadstroids.
Oh my god.
So I actually, can we talk again about Lindsay Lohan?
we
and,
can, but
the things
before
she's
we
done?
do that,
No, it's not time yet.
it is time.
You've made the time. Let's do it.
Before we get into Lindsay Lohan, speaking of,
Just power through.
We'd like
baby.
to thank.
Horrible transition.
You talked up this ad read so bad last time.
Just like, there's no proof of that,
So,
you fucking bitch.
so we're like 15 minutes in maybe, and we've already done a sponsor. And it's like, yeah. So we've let's actually. I want to bring up Lindsay Lohan, and now we have a sponsor, and it's so close to the. And now we have.
Speaking of that,
It's perfect because they want to hear about Lindsay Lohan. Everyone does, so they gotta stick around.
power through, baby.
Thanks, Autumn. Speaking of. Back to me, Chet. You've not seen that? You didn't see that?
No.
That
Well,
came
Where
out
did
of
you
the-
get that? Who
Well,
made
came out
that?
of the
speaking of
vagina
popsicle
thing.
stick Jameses,
Dude, can I get one of those? No. Okay.
we'd like to thank our second sponsor of the day. Second being the best, better than the rest.
That's not true.
No, it's not. All are the same, but a little bit better. Robinhood, thank you so much for sponsoring the podcast. Before I get into the core read of it, I just want to explain that I've been looking previously. I haven't now, but I wanted to invest into cryptocurrencies and other stocks and didn't know what to do.
So you asked your friend Steve.
I asked my good old friend Steve, and this was like months and months ago, and Steve recommended saying, I think you just said, I don't know.
I said, well, I don't know a damn thing. Go look at Philip DeFranco.
Steve told me to go look at Philly D, and Philly D actually tweeted out, and it wasn't a sponsor or anything. It was just him appreciating Robinhood. It's an app for your phone where you can jump in and easily start just trading stocks, investing in cryptocurrency, which I wanted to do. Wanted to make some disposable income, baby. Save for my child.
So you reached out to
fuck,
Philly
I
D.
spoiled it. I'm pregnant.
So you reached out to Philly D.
Didn't respond, but I was excited to see how this app worked. Now let me explain. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission free.
Did you have trouble with cryptos?
No, I went because options sounded weird. Just saying that you can buy and sell options.
Like stock
never
options,
heard.
probably.
Yeah, probably. Should I repeat that first line?
No, it's
all
okay.
right. Just
Keep
curious.
going.
It was funny to me.
Shouldn't.
But they strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy. More like for us people over here. They have non-intimidating ways for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. It's simple, it's intuitive, it's got a clear design with data presented in an easy-to-digest way. Now, when you jump in, you can easily see some of the recommended stocks. Maybe not recommended, but just ones that people are... it's either popular on the app, the like common ones that people are trading, like Bitcoin,
like Coca-Cola.
maybe Coca-Cola. I don't know if it's on there, but you can just easily jump in and start trading, and that's why I liked it, because I know enough about how to trade to just be like, perfect. I can now just.
Weren't
do
you
it.
and your dad traders?
Yeah, my dad used to mine Bitcoin. He would go down to the salt flats of fucking
And it would keep your house warm,
Kazakhstan.
wouldn't it?
and he would just. Yeah, he'd have a Bitcoin miner in the winter, and he'd have like 7 of them, and they'd create so much heat that the cost of the electricity.
Such a different life.
Neutralized. No, I mean, we had heating, but he made money with Bitcoin and heated the house instead of turning the heater on.
The grass isn't
heated the
always,
house,
isn't
made
always
Bitcoin.
greener.
Wow.
Damn.
That's really cool.
Dad, you're a fucking genius.
Not.
Motivate your audience.
Get the motivation going, dude. Build it up.
Yeah, this freaking app is so damn easy to use. You're an idiot if you don't use it. So use it.
That was a terrible way to motivate someone.
Thanks. You're an idiot if you don't use it, so use it. So, other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees. Trade stocks and keep all of your profits. That's actually extraordinarily important with trading, because I've used, like, I don't know if they want this in there, but I've used other services to trade Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
You pay a fine, or if
you
not
pay
a fine,
a fee on almost every trade, and some of them will be like, I don't know what the other options are versus like trading or having a fee per trade, but this is just completely commission free, which is amazing. You jump in, your profits, they don't take any of it. They don't take any on your trade. It's wonderful. It's easy to understand charts and marketing data. It's got
But it's
easy to
not-
understand
Not easy to
charts.
read the.
It's not easy to read.
It's
You're
not
right.
easy to read.
You're right. It's not easy to read, and anyone would have trouble with it. It's easy to understand charts and marketing data. Place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone.
4 taps. Wow.
Just 4 taps.
4
Bingo,
taps.
bango, bingo, bongo, and it's done.
Wow.
Robinhood web platform also lets you view your stock collections, 100 most popular sectors like entertainment and social media, and
I download the
curated
app.
categories like female CEOs and analyst ratings of buy, hold, sell for every stock. Learn by doing on this app. Learn how to invest as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks and track favorite companies with personalized news feeds. Custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right movement to invest. That's important too. Notifications. My dad taught me all about that because he trades.
So it like
damn
updates
day.
you when.
Well, it'll tell you like you can set low points and high points for.
Oh yeah, I do that on another app. But
And you
I'm
can
just
have your
gonna-
phone just like go nuts when like it's this
downloading
low.
it.
Buy.
I'm
Yeah,
downloading
do it.
the app right now.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna do it during this podcast.
Yeah, you won't be able to because you don't have a state ID, but well, you're from Kazakhstan.
I don't think that's public information.
Call to action.
Jesus Christ!
Robinhood is giving listeners a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. Sign up at pine.robinhood.com. That's PINE.
I'm gonna do it.
.robinhood.com. I swear to God, if you're going to get into trading stocks, this is at very least an amazing first start. And even past that, I think that it's, you know, I've been doing it for a long time, and this is like the most convenient, easy to trade way with no fees, commissions. You jump in and you do it, baby, and it's got notifications, and that's important. Don't be broke. Make bank.
Thank you so much, Robinhood.
Thanks, Robinhood.
Thanks. Oh no.
How'd it work? How's it going, Steve?
Maybe they haven't updated the thing yet. Thank you, Robin Hood.
I think I did that better than yesterday.
Oh yeah, dude! It
Yeah.
took like 5 minutes yesterday.
Dope.
It was funny.
I want to have Kib do a sponsor every podcast.
I'd love to, because then
That's
I'll
so-
get better as a human. You know, I want to host shows one day. Like, I want to be a TV host where I read the fucking teleprompter live. I'll be like, sorry, let's do that again. It's live.
pretend I'm a guest that's coming out. You know, I'm a famous actor, and you're introducing. You're a what's the guy's name?
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy. Say you're Jimmy.
Conan
Fallon.
O'Brien.
No, but just what's your stage name gonna be?
Clayton James.
Jimmy O. James.
Jimmy O. James.
Another Jimmy.
Cool. So I'm backstage. I'm getting ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome our first guest of the show today. I'm very excited to meet him. He's a good friend of mine, Steven Suptic.
I'm very excited to meet him. He's a great friend of mine.
Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
How have you been? You're looking
Stable?
stable, yeah.
No, I'm saying I was trapped in my horse stable for 3 days. No food.
Well, at least you got out.
Only piss.
Am I right?
No, I didn't.
Did you get some refreshments backstage? You're looking a little malnourished there, idiot.
That's just my body. I'm actually doing quite well.
Excellent.
Howard. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I wanted to
How are
dive
you?
deep into. I'm great. Thanks for asking. I wanted to dive deep into.
Into what?
I wanted to dive deep into basically.
what?
I wanted to dive into what you're doing with this new movie coming out. Everyone's very excited
Yeah.
to hear about it.
Thank
You know,
you.
so let's
Thank you.
tell me about it. Your role. You're playing a mid '90s housewife.
Well, the movie begins with 2 women. One woman is
That's incredible. Thank you so much, Steve. It's been amazing having you on. Now, next on the show, we're going to have a one-legged rabbit come out here and shit in my mouth.
Thank you for having
Of
me.
course. Now, turn your fucking boosters on and do some fucking Mario
I'll
shit and get the fuck out of
I'll
here.
do a wheelie out. You want to see me do a wheelie?
I don't want to see you do anything.
It's not able to.
Dude, Autumn likes the voice. We finally found someone else who likes it.
After all this time, Lindsay Lohan. Finally, Jesus, I get to talk about it.
Speaking of, our third sponsor.
So, I was talking to James yesterday when I think Jamie posted this in Slack that Lindsay Lohan was punched in the face after accusing refugee family of trafficking. Now, it goes deeper than that because she tried to take the kids. And when I explained it to James, he essentially said, "So was she?"
I was like, taking the kids, such as kidnapping them.
Literally just kidnapped. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
So what happened was that Lindsay Lohan was she was filming on Instagram when she was doing this.
Of course.
It was a live story. So everyone was watching her do this. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it was a live.
She must have
live
been.
on Instagram.
She was live?
I
Yeah.
believe she was
I
live.
thought she
Yeah.
was just filming it.
No, I think she was live.
We'll have a
Idiot,
link. We'll have a
dude.
link to that video in description. But basically, she seemed 100% on at least 5 different enhancements.
And yes, she was speaking Lee Lohan in the video, which
Yeah.
is her
And she was
new language.
trying to-
Weep,
she was-
bop, whip, bop.
trying to speak Arabic too. Like she was speaking some Arabic.
Maybe she does speak Arabic, but when I heard it, I just assumed that she was just speaking gibberish because she's a
Just
fucking idiot. But
Beatboxing.
it's funnier to imagine that she really doesn't know and she was just beatboxing at them.
Yeah.
So she was harassing. She was harassing a family of Syrian refugees, saying, "They're trafficking children. I won't leave until I take you. Now I know who you are. Don't fuck with me." And yes, it had a great ending because the mother punched her in the face.
In the
Ashton-
fucking face,
Ashton
dude.
Kutcher jumps out. The kids were being punked.
It's it would have been a kidnapping if she took them
It's
because she
just-
was trying to take them back to the hotel, just back to her hotel. And
What are you
in
gonna do
what
from there?
in what state of
Gonna
mind?
raise them?
You know what you do if you
We're gonna
think
start a family here in this room.
if you think they're actually involved in trafficking, Call the police.
Yeah, you're not ICE.
Yeah,
Call the
call the
police.
FBI.
Don't call ICE. Don't call
You're
ICE.
right. But I mean, that's what she was. I don't know. Was she saving them or was she trying to like? You are not, because she said.
Well, she was trying to
She was
save
trying
them. If
to-
she
in her
was
mind, she
accusing
was-
the family of trafficking the children, basically claiming I'm guessing that the kids weren't theirs, that they were just two kids that were taken. Or whatever.
Oh, I see.
So she was trying to save the kids. I want to know if there was any other investigation that was put into it before or after. You know what I mean? Like, why did she believe that these people
Yeah.
specifically were trying to traffic children? And did she just like
well, she said
get the idea and then just go over there and be like, I'm taking you now?
I think, and I could be wrong, but I believe she saw like people going in and out of a van or something, and that's what made her think that it was trafficking. She just went, I know what they're doing. I must stop this. Instagram Live. We're gonna take these kids. Like,
Dude.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I'd like to imagine that there was more behind that. Like,
Yeah, I'd
she
like
saw
to.
them there every day. Maybe she asked them one time.
We're
and-
being trafficked.
We're
Oh wow, I think something fishy's going on.
Everyone's
know,
mad at
man.
Lindsay Lohan, but she was really trying to be a savior.
Well,
She rolls up in a
Let's think.
beetle, a punch buggy.
you're not a vigilante. You have
No,
law
she's
enforcement.
not-
If you
Dude.
want to do stuff like that, like how Ashton Kutcher,
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
different guy, how he goes after
Ashy
pedophiles,
Vulture?
right?
He does it the right way.
Yeah, he teams up with law enforcement
Yes.
and hunts down
No,
these
yeah,
pedophiles.
this situation goes as deep as she was on drugs.
yeah.
She was just like, you
and
come
her,
at me now.
she was so taken back when they fucking hit her. She was like,
I can't believe
"Why
it.
the fuck would you do that for?" Like, use your brain,
Yeah.
idiot. Just an idiot.
Do you think that she was the good twin or the bad twin?
Parent Trap. Is that what you're talking about?
I think she was the
I
third
love that
twin.
movie.
The third twin?
She was the third twin that
The
wasn't at
bloated
camp.
one?
That's where I learned about peanut butter Oreos, but I thought it was disgusting, so I never
Peanut
tried
butter
it.
Oreos?
Well,
Bruce,
people dip Oreos in peanut butter. They did that in Parent Trap.
delicious.
That sounds amazing.
I
delicious.
fucking
Do you not
hate
like peanut
Oreos
butter?
so much.
I love peanut butter. I dip
It's
bananas in
delicious.
peanut butter.
Mimi confirms it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
also I have some.
Mimi eats fucking kale dipped in liquid ass. Yeah, and I love it.
I have some cookie butter, the Biscoff cookie butter at home.
I don't know.
You know what that is?
No.
You know, like the little coffee cookies, the Biscoff cookies. They're
Yeah.
like biscuits, but they're fucking
They're like
amazing.
buttery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that made into basically
Actual
peanut butter.
Oh, that sounds really
So
good.
it's like, and then the crunchy one has bits of the cookies in it. So
Dude.
fucking good.
Ooh.
I would
Dipping
dip my cock and
Oreos
balls
in
in
that. Dipping Oreos in that.
I fucking hate Oreos.
And then
Popped.
chasing it with a little
With
milk,
a little rum.
milk,
Love
with a
it.
little bit of milk.
Kahlua.
A little bit of milk rum.
You love me, milk rum.
What are you looking at?
Hey,
Steve?
milk rum.
Just
How are you
read-
doing over there?
I'm just reading more about it. She hasn't made a statement or anything yet, as far as
She
far
can't
as
make
I know.
statements, dude.
Do you care a lot about Lindsay Lohan, like emotionally, Steven?
Steve's
Like
just
you
like
want
really
her to make
hoping
a
she
comeback.
turns. Yeah,
You want her to
around.
come back to civilization.
I'll always make fun of people that do dumb shit, including myself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always. And then when she turns her life around, I'll be like, good for her. She's not a fucking idiot anymore.
Is
You know? Like me.
what's the other girl, this child star who
Amanda
went
Bynes.
crazy? Yeah, what's she doing now?
Oh yeah.
Good question.
She was
Look
on
that
drugs
up.
for a
What the
while,
hell is she
right?
doing, man?
Yeah,
That's
like,
she-
kinda
that was
freaked
such
out.
a sad thing because
I
Amanda
know, she
Bynes,
was
like
dope.
Lindsay Lohan, you're like, well, at the end of the day, whatever. But Amanda
well,
Bynes,
duh.
was dope.
You're just like, yeah, makes sense.
Amanda Bynes, man,
I
the
know.
Amanda Show,
Mhm.
all that. Remember what
She's
was it?
the
She's the man. Yeah. What
Amanda
other-
Cerny's on drugs now. Just kidding, I made that up. But anyways,
Amanda Bynes actually looks a lot, well, not a lot, but very similar to Ninja's wife right now. Kinda. On the right? Kinda.
I can't tell
I don't
from
know
the,
what Ninja's wife
from that
looks
picture,
like.
dude. It was just 12 people standing in a group. A very blurry picture
All men.
From a mile
from
away.
across the table. Well, you guys stink.
It was a picture taken from an iPhone, 20 feet away, zoomed in, so it's just
With a big
digital
watermark
zoom.
on the bottom right.
She's hanging out with a mega producer, Neil Marin. She's recently
Wait.
reactivated her Twitter. Amanda Bynes has. I
Neil
feel like she's
Marin.
on the
the
rise
up?
again. I feel like she's
Hope so.
working through her problems. You know who really did a great job working through all of her issues? Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And she should
Yeah.
be commended.
Very
She's
true.
great.
Hold
She
on.
did. She's dating a much younger man now, which I approve of because
Good.
she deserves it.
She's
Yeah.
a cougar
Yeah.
for sure.
She deserves the best.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a good person.
She did it right. I mean, she
And-
got her shit together, right?
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire.
Hillary Duff.
Lindsay
The
McGuire.
funny thing about Hillary Duff just had a normal
Yeah.
career in
Thank
life,
God.
and like she doesn't really do much anymore. She just got a normal life, has kids.
Her sister did acting too, right? Lizzie McGuire's.
Yeah, she was the girl in Napoleon Dynamite who plays like the popular girl at school. That's Hilary Duff's
Yeah.
sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's cool.
iCarly.
Pinsy McGuire.
I don't
Miranda
remember.
Cosgrove. Oh yeah,
Right.
what's Miranda Cosgrove
She
doing?
was in a horrible car accident and it
Really?
ruined her career.
Wait.
Oh no, it was her tour bus crashed,
tour
and she
bus.
like broke her ankle, and they sued for millions of dollars.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
And then she tried to do a show afterwards and it wasn't successful and then her career just kind of
She was supposed to go on a big tour, which would have kept her career, I imagine, afloat.
I think her music career also ruined her acting
Oh, she's
career.
doing
Yeah, it did.
music. I didn't even know that.
She had like one or two songs that like charted it in some, but that's because she was so famous.
But then
you know
her
what I mean?
music stopped charting. It barely broke the 100.
Well, it was like just overproduced, like just
Pop.
grabbing a Disney person who has a big fan base and overproducing them and selling it. And
Damn.
Be like, we can make you sound like anything. All you have to do is speak into this microphone.
we could make you sound like Jay-Z. You like that? Will you like
Chia.
that?
Cheer.
It's me, Jay-Z.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, Jay-Z.
Cheer.
Yeah. What up?
Should we do musical impressions?
Totally.
Give me one.
Can you take me?
Give me one.
Give me one.
one.
Dude, what is this article,
can't.
Jamie? What? I'm looking at the goat one. Are you serious?
I love
Share
when
with the
Jamie
class.
gives us
Share with the
goat
class.
articles.
Okay, I'll just read you the title. Aggressive mountain goats are thirsting for human pee and sweat.
Sweat?
The goats are being airlifted away from Olympic National Park as a result of their weird cravings. What? Dude,
Dude, that's fucking awesome. I'd let a goat lick the sweat off me.
Look at it.
they're like
They're
they're
helicoptering
lifting
them
them
out.
away. That's
Is there
so
videos
funny.
of goats licking people and drinking their pee?
Looking their peepers.
Drinking their pine oil.
They're just being airlifted out. It's not the actual sweat and pee that the goats are after, but what's inside it.
Oh,
The-
fuck.
The park's mountain goat management plan noted, mountain goats can be a nuisance along trails and around wilderness campsites where they persistently seek salt and minerals from human urine, packs, and sweat on clothing. They often paw and dig areas on the ground where hikers have urinated or disposed of cooking wastelands, just like Autumn.
Yum, yeah,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck? That's
Yeah.
dope.
Man, I miss the old office.
At least 375 goats will be airlifted. That is, imagine just seeing that.
Dude, I'd like to imagine that they were just connected by like a rope around their, and they're just fucking flying underneath a helicopter.
Dude, I think they're actually just airlifting all these goats to one lake to find a crocodile in it. Just like I watched Lake Placid
Lake
last
Placid.
night. And I
You
was
watched Lake
like-
Placid?
last night, yeah.
Fuck yeah, I
Love
love
that
that
movie.
movie so much.
It's so good.
What's
Watch
the shark,
Creepshow, too.
What's the shark movie with Blake Lively?
Oh,
The Shallows.
The Shallows,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Shallows.
just watched like 15 minutes of that because it was on TV the other
Very
day.
stressful.
Yeah, it was really stressful.
Blake
Heard it
Lively,
wasn't that
she's the
bad.
girl from Gossip Girl, right? The blonde
Yeah,
girl?
married to Ryan Reynolds.
I watch every shark movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a good understanding of that one. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, it was actually pretty good. The one that was really bad was 47 Meters Down. That movie sucked.
Stop making shark movies.
Yeah,
I want
the
another
Meg
good
sucked.
one. I want another good one. An original one that isn't
I don't
crazy.
think- dude. There's no
Sharknado
better.
5.
There's no better shark movie than Jaws.
It's amazing, but now I want one that's updated in like our time.
I think Jaws is timeless.
or a shark movie from like the 30s.
Jaws holds up easily.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
I mean,
just want a new one.
other than like
Yeah.
certain scenes with the shark, when the shark's like getting up on the boat, you could tell it's like a robot thing. But I think that's fine. Like for me, that type of thing where there's a movie from the 70s, so the practical effects they had then aren't as good as now.
It's dope.
Like I can
Yeah.
still watch it
Fun
and be
to
like,
watch.
this is an awesome movie, even though like those effects aren't that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you still respect that it was like an awesome practical effect,
Yeah.
especially for the time.
Yeah.
So it's like dope. Yeah.
It looked,
And
it
it was
good
the
still.
Yeah, it
was
does.
it like completely hindered the production. That shark.
Oh,
The
yeah.
entire time.
Really?
It was
That
it was
shark was
such
a
a
fuck up.
difficult like prop to use because
Yeah.
it was like it kept falling apart and like having to be fixed and rebuilt and shit during production.
Damn.
Mhm.
I had no idea. Did you see the... Oh, I know James wants to talk about this. The Guardians of the Galaxy thing.
Yeah. How they're
So-
still using James Gunn's script.
Yeah, they're going to use the Guardians 3 script.
Tight.
Confirms Sean Gunn.
Yeah, his brother.
Sean Gunn.
So that's their legal last name.
Gun.
Yeah.
Gunn.
That's dope.
It's kind of dope.
I want to change my last name to Cum.
Is that right that they're using a script? I mean, they own it.
Clayton
That's the
Cum.
thing. That's what it comes down to. I think, is it right? That's a lot more of a gray area, but legally, it is what it is. They signed him on for a 3-movie deal,
Yeah, pay them.
and
make them write it.
but you can still be fired. But firing comes with terms.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're fired. You're fired as the director of Guardians 3. But this script is completed and it's in our hands now. We're using the script.
That being said,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
our
they're
script.
using
I
his
agree.
script as opposed to someone else.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think the only person who could make that movie is Taika Waititi.
Yep.
other than James Gunn. And I think
Have they
that
confirmed a
they're.
director yet?
I think it's gonna be Taika because I read that he like had a meeting with them.
He would kill it.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's either
Taika
that
Waititi's
or
so good.
Thor. I know they're doing another Thor. Oh yeah, actually
I thought he was done.
no. Chris Evans is done. Avengers 4 is 100% his last movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris Evans done, which means I think Captain America is, spoiler alert, gonna sacrifice himself.
They should not say anything about the contract.
Yeah,
until
the
movies-
contracts
That's
ruin
so
it.
annoying,
Yeah.
especially when you look on IMDb. Dude, I hate this so much. You see on IMDb if you really like a TV show, and then you look through the cast because you want to find a cast member, and it shows how many episodes they're
Oh,
in,
yeah, I
and
know
you
what
suddenly
you're talking
see
about.
that one of the cast
Yeah.
members is in many less episodes than another, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, they're gonna die.
Same thing with like on Netflix when they
pretty
show
annoying.
if you go to like you click on the show or whatever and it shows like the picture from the show, and like for The Office there was a time where they had an image from like season 8, so Michael wasn't
Really?
there, and I'm like,
You're like,
Dude,
oh shit.
they also did that with Breaking Bad.
Really?
It ruined one of the. I mean, if you haven't seen it by now, fuck off. Hank. Hank was
Yeah.
one less episode than everybody
Oh,
else,
yeah.
and I was like,
so dumb. They
Are
should
you
hide
fucking
that.
kidding
they
me?
did that with Better Call Saul too. They the main
Don't
pic-
spoil that though, because Better Call Saul.
But I guess it's
Right.
just your responsibility knowing that that's what you're going to see is how many episodes each person's in is just to not look at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I've never had that issue, but I imagine that's fucking horribly annoying. Especially if
is.
you're
It's so
halfway
annoying.
through Breaking Bad and you go check out the IMDb and I'd kill myself.
You know,
Yeah,
awful.
I mean, with that case, you have a feeling that it's going to happen anyways. With Hank, I mean, oh god, that's just the best fucking show ever made.
I knew Walt
like
Jr.
the
was
build
gonna
up to
die.
that,
oh,
the
it's
build
so
up to
good.
that like episode, man, it's perfect.
Wait, you never saw Breaking? You've seen it?
No, I was like, I knew Walt Jr. was gonna die. He
Um,
was up to no good.
But Chris Evans has talked about in many interviews about him not wanting to do that character anymore. He wants to move on to other things. I mean, 10 years later, doing the same
Yeah.
role, like it's amazing. That'd be a fucking dream. But I feel like if you're in it, doing it for 10 years, playing one character,
Yeah, he's probably just bored.
you wanna, you wanna break out into other stuff, you know?
So answer me this: Disney is so safe about their public appearance, despite what happened in Anaheim and the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, and then there was they canceled Jake Paul from his show because he was too.
But they kept Parker on. Like that's fucked.
So why? Tell me this: why the fuck would they have a movie coming out with Morgan Freeman? After, even if the allegations aren't true, just to have that,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't make sense. Are they just hypocritical, or is
Yes, definitely hypocritical because I mean, is that type of thing, making decisions based on allegations for whatever they are or past tweets, and that type of idea of like, okay, somebody's actions will affect their career, right? Like, is that an all or nothing type of situation? Is that anybody who's ever said a bad thing or has ever had an allegation, despite what the allegation was or if it was even proven or not, are we going to do like an all or nothing and everybody who's ever had it going to be fired or like not have more work? Or is it a pick and choose? You know what I mean? And so clearly it's a pick and
it's a
choose.
pick and choose? Yeah.
Because
Really?
Morgan Freeman has way more pull and clout in Hollywood than James Gunn does,
True.
even though James Gunn's amazing. You know what I mean?
I
It's
imagine
not,
it's the relationship between Morgan Freeman and whoever gets to make those decisions at Disney.
oh yeah.
Because if they're great friends and they go, I fucking know you did. Of course I'm not firing you off. You know what I mean?
Well, dude,
but
they're-
didn't give a fuck about.
They're not even
somebody else.
saying that they're firing John Lasseter, or how do you pronounce his last name?
From Toy Story.
Yeah, the Pixar guy.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're
They're not
just
firing.
not-
They're releasing him on his own terms.
Oh, letting him leave.
It's the same idea.
It's the same idea,
How about
but
we talk
like,
to him?
It's the same thing as like if you go to a high school and you do something to get expelled, they're going to ask you to leave the school rather than expel you. Cause
really?
Yeah. Or at least
It looks
my
bad
high
on
school.
them.
Oh, they would
It's
not
bad
do
on
that
the
at
school.
our
They wouldn't do
school
that
for
at my
sure.
school.
They
either.
expelled
they
people.
expelled many
Yeah,
people.
I
in my
mean,
school.
it just depends on the school. I went to like a private Catholic school,
Oh.
so they didn't want that image of expelling
sense.
somebody. So they would
Mhm.
ask somebody to leave, and if you said no, then they'd expel you. But
Dude, they were totally gonna expel me in high school.
Really?
I was like one step away. Yeah,
Really?
I was a little bad boy.
poop bandit.
What'd you do?
I was not.
You were the poop bandit?
Oh God, no. No, that was Kyle.
That's
Kyle was the poop
that's
bandit.
Kyle Kaka.
He might still be in prison actually.
Wow.
for
I've
that.
definitely talked about that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But what did you do to get expelled?
To get expelled, to get
Well,
suspended.
almost be
Well, no, the first
expelled.
time
I was suspended too.
I've talked about it actually in a Draw My Life video that's on the channel. I got suspended for like a bullying thing.
You were bullying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
then-
bullied too in early. Mine wasn't high school. I didn't bully in high school, but
And then the second time
Elementary
was
school.
I held a sign out the back of the bus that said "honk for dick," and my social studies teacher was following the bus.
that's
and saw your face next to the sign?
Yep. So that was dope.
Dude.
Dude, people probably thought you were really funny though. Your friends.
No, I was a weirdo, dude.
Were you just by yourself?
I was a weirdo, and that made me think about the sociopath thing.
But did you not have a group of friends, like 3 guys, going like, "That's so funny," or were you by yourself doing that shit? 'Cause
No,
that is weird.
No, I was with Patrick Howard, and he didn't get in trouble at all.
Did he
Piece
find
of
that shit
shit.
funny, Patrick Howard?
Yeah, he was doing it too.
Okay, so there you go.
Everyone on the
Your
bus
friend-
thought it was fucking funny.
There you go. So you're not weird then. That was
no,
funny.
that wasn't weird. But just the weird thing is getting in trouble in high school. I think
Like-
it shows that like if when you are not following guidelines and everything, it's not a good sign.
Do you think? Well, I don't necessarily
Yeah.
agree with that entirely, but I know what you're getting at. Or do you think that it's more so like the need to like act out to get the attention?
Yeah, totally.
That's what it was for me.
That's-
Make people laugh.
Did you watch
Because-
My Friend Dahmer yet?
No.
That had like it's really interesting like seeing him in high school, like and how he would do these things to like make people laugh at him. Like he would just have like fucking spazzes and shit to make, and the whole school's like, "Ha, fucking Jeffrey Dahmer, dude, he's hilarious and shit." And like he became obsessed with doing these different things and like acting
And you
out.
just got funnier and funnier later on.
But like it was the idea of like needing that attention and stuff.
Yeah, my thing was definitely attention. Like even the bullying thing was related to attention because it was this kid that was just so fucking annoying.
Well, you would do
it
that to
was
make
not,
someone laugh,
It was
I
not
imagine,
right what I did, but the stuff that I was doing was to make other people laugh.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting
Yeah.
what I did for sure, but it was all for attention. Absolutely. There was a time in 4th grade where I really liked this girl, and I threatened to kill myself. But I didn't fully know. I know that's.
Were you
all-
joking? You're like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I didn't actually. I wasn't actually going
In
to kill
4th
myself.
grade?
No, I
In
know.
4th grade,
but
Oh,
yeah.
you don't know what that means.
Well, yeah, barely. And then I like tied a bunch of tape around my wrist, and I was like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself, trying to get her attention and everything.
Wow.
And that didn't work out for me at all. You
No,
know,
I
like I went
imagine
home.
not.
My parents had to talk because obviously they got called and everything, and they were like, "Did you just like see that on TV or something?" And I was like, "Yeah." Because I was too afraid to admit that I was doing it to get a girl to notice me.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing happened in 2nd grade. It was this one, the bitch, the fucking 2nd grade bitch. Her name was Bridget, and she was like a popular girl in school, and I was sitting she was sitting right across from me, like we had shared desks kind of. And she was doing this thing where she was opening up her hands, and with my eraser, I was like
Peekaboo.
poking at her forehead and everything, and it was like cute. And I was like, holy shit, I'm actually, interacting with this girl who I had a crush on at the time. And then I poked her. She started crying. And there's no way that she starts crying because it was like,
You're just doing it for too long, but you didn't realize
dude,
it.
no. It was like this, and I did it barely at all. They pulled me over to the principal's office, and
You
he
assaulted
starts
the
talking to
woman.
me, and my brain at the time was so stupid because I would not admit that I was doing this because I really liked her, and I just was saying that I hated her. And that didn't...
Which is
dude,
even worse.
That's so
That's
bad.
so much worse.
They didn't give me any like penalty or anything, but I poked her bruise, I guess.
Oh.
And it's like,
understand.
are you fucking
That's a
kidding?
capital
Well,
offense.
I did something that is.
That's death penalty.
I did something very fucked in the 4th grade. I believe it was the 4th grade. Like, regrettable. I was a child. I would never do that now, but this is just like really offensive to people. We had a substitute teacher in, and like, I had lots of friends, and we were all the like, class clown type people, just doing anything, acting any way to make people laugh in class, and like that was like the whole point of fucking going to school for me. But this was like too far, obviously. Worked out as far as making everyone laugh, but definitely regrettable. We had a substitute teacher in, and I pretended to be mentally disabled.
Oh my
And,
God, dude.
Jesus, that's amazing. Bad.
I didn't do it for the whole day. I did it for hours, hours, and then yeah.
What did you do?
I'm not gonna do it.
No, I know you're not going to do it, but describe
It wasn't like exaggerated. I was like trying to like act what I thought at the time for a 4th grader, a way I could get away with it, just so that my friends would laugh, knowing that the teacher thought that I was. But I imagine the adult teacher didn't think I was, but she pretended she thought I was.
because she
Like,
didn't want to make like, dude. If I was a substitute
You
teacher,
wanna
I would
accuse-
easily pretend that you were too, because I
Yeah,
don't want to make
what are you
that
gonna do?
mistake. Like, what if you
Oh
actually
yeah,
are?
exactly? Yeah, but definitely regrettable. But my God,
Dude,
that
I
was
think-
probably one of the.
It's just a thing.
I think little kids are pieces of shit.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
'cause
I
you
was a
don't
piece
know.
of shit,
dude. You have
dude.
no fucking idea. Like when
Of
you're
what's
a kid,
really okay.
you just don't fucking know. Like your concept of like life and the world is a fucking
stupid,
movie.
man.
Dude,
It's
I'm
like-
glad I turned around that
So
need for
fucking
attention
stupid.
into something that's productive.
Yeah,
Because,
same.
man, I was so just, I was not in the right frame of mind growing up for sure. I was just weird.
Most
Yeah.
kids are fucking weird though, dude. I knew kids that would like hide underneath like steps to look up skirts of fucking teachers.
Oh,
and
that's
shit,
weird.
dude. Yeah, but they grew up to be normal people, as far as I know. You know what I mean? But like,
I've never done
Kids are
that, but I
fucked.
think that's like a normal thing for a kid
that's
to
what
do.
I mean. Like, kids
but it's
do
just like you do
fucking weird
things
shit.
and you learn from them,
They
or
don't
you grow up to be a
understand-
fucking freak.
Yeah, the impact of what they're doing and like the
Those
connotations of
that
it.
kid. Okay, say there's a group of 4 kids there. 3 of those kids grew up normal lives, good careers,
One of
families.
them's-
The one kid who didn't turn out okay, he makes the upskirt videos on Pornhub.
That being said, there is a group of kids that do those kind of things that are fucked. Like the people
yeah.
that would throw boulder or like push boulders off of a mountain next to a highway
so
and ended
fucked.
up killing a dude in Michigan, I believe.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
those are
Yeah.
the kind of kids that, I mean, there was a kid in my school named Billy who pushed
Billy the Kid.
Billy the kid. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to say his last name, but he pushed a
No.
girl who already had crutches and had a broken leg downstairs.
Oh my god.
Just pushed her down the stairs.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
fucked.
Have you done anything reprehensible?
That was pretty normal as a kid. I was kind of an asshole in high school, but
We all
I think most people were.
I wasn't an
Wow.
asshole in high school.
Would you say
I
that-
quickly became normal. for
Dude,
some
Would you say that
I
it's
was-
true, like that teenage girls in high school are a harder time? My mom would always say that, like, I'll tell you what, you were a lot easier in high school than your sister. And I was like, well, Mom.
Jesus led the wheel. Jesus took the
Jesus
wheel.
led the
Do you guys want to hear something that's
Just let this
that's
lie.
gonna make you think really a lot less of me?
I asked Autumn a question, though. And she
Oh, she said she didn't. Oh, I'm so sorry, Adam. What did you do in high school that freaked you out?
No.
Oh, nothing. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I think that girls definitely like
Are meaner.
I think maybe. I don't know really.
I've heard they are. I've heard from girls even saying we were so mean. Like we would make girls feel bad about themselves to make ourselves feel better. Like there's like ugh. The guys were just like fucking loser.
Jamie
like,
and Mimi, are girls
worse
meaner
words,
than
but-
guys in high school? I feel like it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Girls are more subtle.
Well,
The girls in my high school weren't.
I don't
there
know.
were some mean ones, but there were some really mean guys. Like
Yeah,
Ross,
that's what I was
fucking
gonna
Ross,
say.
dude. That guy's a piece. If I saw him today, he'd beat me up. He's a piece of shit.
And you deserve it.
Yeah, I hate that guy, dude. Ross Green. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, fuck you, Ross.
you,
Called
Ross
out,
Green.
Dude,
Shots fired.
You
He's gonna
fucking
release a
come in
diss
this
track.
building. You fucking try to attack anyone here. I'll fucking kill you,
And
bro.
you are so ugly now.
You're so fucking ugly.
I looked
bro.
you up on Facebook. Your family's still rich, and you're living a great
You
life.
rich
But
fucking bitch.
but you
You
got-
ugly rich bitch.
too many beers, Ross? Too many beers? Ross Kavanaugh?
Take a fucking step on the treadmill, pal.
Probably.
You said Ross Green earlier.
You're just making shit up.
No, his name is Ross Green, but I was trying to make a Brett Cap.
all right.
We can fuck off now.
Absolutely, we can. But what was the thing you said? I want to know what will make us
Oh.
think less of you, for sure.
It was when I already had too much trouble in school,
Yeah.
and if I got in trouble one more time, then I would be expelled. So
I was there.
I was in the hallway with the Poop Bandit. Actually, he was
Totally.
there.
He's
And-
hanging out.
The Poop Bandit and Steve,
Dude,
his
no, 'cause
sidekick.
we weren't friends.
You were
we weren't,
associated
like,
with the Poop Bandit. You were
I was
his fucking-
I was definitely associated.
There was the Poop Bandit and his sidekick, Kaka Kid.
Caca Kid. I love that.
He was just in the hallway. He said something like shit or something. Shit or fuck. I don't know. He said a top tier swear. And there was one of the meaner teachers. I don't even remember if he was a teacher, if he was like a aide or something, who was just a bastard. He looked at me thinking I said it and just called me out for it and told me he was going to bring me down to the dean's office. And there was something in my brain that was like, I have to make a choice. And I was like, no, that was not me. Please, Kyle, please tell him. And I knew immediately that I was just the biggest rat of all time.
I wouldn't have.
no.
I wouldn't have
Dude,
taken it either.
if
I would have
I
been
got-
like, I didn't fucking.
If I got
say
in
it.
trouble one more time, I'd be expelled. And
Yeah.
Kyle looked at me like, fuck. And then he was originally going to bring us down both to the principal's office or to the dean's office. And I was like, no, please, you have to believe me. This was not me. This was Kyle. Kyle, just please tell him. And Kyle was like, I said it. And then this bigger,
Yeah, I mean, Kyle would understand.
this bigger dude next to me was like, after they all left, he would look at me. He was like, man, you fucking suck. And I was just like,
Aw. Dude,
oh, you don't understand the consequences of this for
You
me.
saved your own ass.
Yeah,
Fuck
I had
Kyle.
to. I had to make
Dude,
that
that
decision.
Fuck
probably
Kyle, dude. He
affected you
smeared shit in the
negatively.
bathroom.
Yeah,
and he went,
fuck
and he went to
Kyle,
prison.
dude.
I'm gonna see if
Kyle.
there's any news about him.
Yeah,
dude,
look
he's
his
gonna
ass
come back
up.
to kill me someday. I already know this, dude.
I'll fucking
You
defend
told
you.
on me.
Look his ass up. I want to hear
Well, there's the
what the
state-
fucking where the poop bandit is now.
So
I dated a guy named Kyle who was a complete piece of shit. We
Really?
was the
Maybe
same
you
month.
dated the poop bandit.
Maybe, yeah.
he is
Did
in
he
a-
smear shit on the walls of your house?
Probably when I
Uh,
was sleeping.
Good old fucking Kyle the poop bandit, prison mongerer.
He's 180 pounds and he is in a correctional center.
He's 180 years
Let me
old.
see him. I want to see what the poop bandit looks like.
He's eternal.
Give me 2 seconds. I want to see what his offense is. Robbery. He got 3 years. Cool. Let me see what he looks like.
In first grade, I used to chase a boy around and call him Lover Boy, and
Lover boy.
his
Did he have a
parents
crush
got
on you?
mad at me. No, I had a crush on him. Ah, who is that?
That's
That's
the poop
him.
bandit.
That's the poop bandit.
You kind of look like him.
No, because then he will come back to kill me because anyone will find him. He's
Yeah.
gonna. It's something I'm
Maybe
gonna have
we
to
should
deal
go
with.
visit
You didn't
him.
say his last name, did you?
I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
think
we
you
should
did.
go visit him in prison,
he might be out right now. Let me see.
dude. Like
Release
he's gonna
date,
give a fuck about
2072.
what you said on a podcast to 30,000 people. Man, that's a lot actually to
Um.
to a guy who smears shit on walls
Oh,
for 3
his
people to laugh.
projected discharge date is in 2019.
He can't come till then.
If this guy does
He's
come
just
back to kill me,
edging.
what do I do? How do I
so
prepare
close
for
to
that?
coming.
I'll tell you what to do. If he comes back to kill you, there's 2 options. A, just have a gun, and if he comes in your house, kill him. It's fine. B, sell
Let
him.
him.
I want
Sell.
no part
Hold
of
on.
this.
Hold on. B, if he's balding,
Make fun of him.
you can sell him hymns.
Damn, dude.
That was a great transition.
That was really good.
And you're right, James. I could sell him hymns.
Aftermarket.
What is Hims, everybody? It's a wellness brand for men. 66% of men lose their hair by age 35, Jamie. Thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it's potentially already too late.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to keep the hair you have
And to lose the hair you love.
than to replace the hair you've lost. So is that hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Any bald spots yet? Oops. You probably feel fine because you have a full head of hair.
Oh, I'm good.
But imagine you
I'm fucking good.
imagine you a balding male.
I'd feel fine.
Or do you want to do something about it first? Do you want your hairline to recede? Do you?
Do I?
Do you want to do
No.
something about it
Yeah.
first, kid?
Yeah, I do. I want to make sure that I don't bald. I don't want to.
Well, then why do guys turn to weird solutions or they do nothing? Turn to weird solutions when they can turn to medicine and science.
Truth.
2 of the leading causes of male death. Male
Medicine and
growth.
science.
Growth.
For her. They should make that hers.
There is a
There definitely
female
is.
version.
Oh.
Science. Baldness can be optional, Jamie. So Hims connects you with real doctors and medical grade solutions to treat hair loss. Well-known generic equivalents to name brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. Prescription solutions backed by, once again, science.
Science.
There's no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor visits. You can save hours. I'm going to say that it's so easy. You answer a few quick questions. Doctors will review and they can prescribe you whatever you need. Products are shipped directly to your door. That's very convenient. So order now. My listeners and my listeners only.
And
Get
my
a-
listeners.
Get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now, while supplies last. You can see the website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or pharmacy. So go to forhims.com/pine.
Pine.
That's FORHIMS.com/pine.
Fine.
Forhims.com/pine. Thank you, Hims, for sponsoring
Thank
the podcast.
You, Hims.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hyman. For birthing me.
I had a health teacher
Hyman.
named Mrs. Hyman.
Those
Poor-
websites or services that are like, okay, medicine or medical advice or like anything medical, you could just do it online. You just fill out some stuff and we'll send it to you or whatever, you know? It's funny because I feel like you could just say or do anything and not have it be credible. Like, you need this. And I was like, well, I had an accident playing basketball and I hurt my ankle and it's been hurting me ever since from years ago. And also that's giving me anxiety because I can't sleep. And then they're like, here's a weed.
Yeah, it's $40. I didn't know that when I went to Venice when I first moved to LA and paid like $150 to go get a weed card
And now-
on Venice
Now you
Beach.
don't need it,
Just
right?
go to any store as long as you have an ID.
Really?
21 and up.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
What?
legal here.
Yeah.
When did that happen? Where you don't have to get
Last-
So long ago.
Yeah, it was like,
Months ago.
While-
Good. Fuck all. Don't need a card or anything?
I believe like 90% of the ones in LA are recreational.
Huh.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm gonna be a stoner now.
Aw.
That's dope.
Stunner, I'm a stunner, I'm a stunner.
Not a storm.
Sorry,
We're not talking about storms,
thinking
bud.
about
Stormbreaker.
rain, and I'm thinking about
It's
storms.
supposed
I'm
to
thinking
rain
about
here.
supercells.
I'm thinking about super sockers.
It's supposed to rain in LA this
Tomorrow.
week.
Oh my
Really?
God.
Yeah.
Oh, we should get the camera out, shoot some raw rain footage in LA.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man.
hold the camera out the window while we're driving.
For B-roll, we just cut to like rain through a window. randomly.
And then it cut to a perfectly sunny scene.
Dude, when I was driving back from Phoenix on Sunday night, holy shit, I got caught in a microburst.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Dude, it
That
was
you
the
hydroplane?
scariest shit. I was like literally okay. So it was not raining at all, and then suddenly it was black
On
and
the
it was,
highway,
like-
right?
Yeah, it was like not even nighttime. It was like 5 p.m. It was pitch, and it was the wind was blowing so hard. I literally was like, my car is gonna blow.
Oh
away.
my God.
I was so
Girl,
fucking
I
scared.
feel you right now. Denim.
Dude.
That is so... I hydroplane on the same area probably. Is it like...
Did you
I
see
wasn't
her
that close.
video? She would have been just like, hey guys!
so scared. I'm gonna get stuck on the 10 in the middle of the desert, and I
That
was
would
like,
suck.
I was like so
At least you
scared.
have water.
Just enough water for.
So I didn't need to
my
have a
whole
drink.
life. Dude.
And the
but
worst part
then
is that I was drunk.
I drove I kept driving for like 10 minutes, and then it was fine.
Thank
Isn't that
God.
weird? I've
It
been in
was
that, like
scary.
in the Central Coast near Slow.
Yeah.
I was driving there, and there was just what's it called, a microburst,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the most terrifying thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what Sammy Joe calls
I
my cum
almost
shots.
hydroplaned, and I had
Oh no, yeah.
microburst. He goes,
Kid was definitely involved in a micro penis accident.
Yeah, I was. It's never been the same since.
you know how in Marvel, Daredevil, like the biochemical stuff went into Daredevil's eyes and turned him into a Daredevil. Yeah, that
I don't know what to do. I
the,
can't fuck.
Iron Dick Mark III.
I've been trying to put my dick in various things.
What
and
do
it
you
just
What do you
doesn't
and
fit.
Sammy Joe do? Just
Scissor.
scissor.
Scissor. She scrapes my bunghole, and I flick hers.
Yo,
Sweet.
yuck.
Sometimes I just rub my bunghole in her flick hole.
Fucking disgusting.
Audio listeners are just gonna hear that.
Well, thank you. That's
Jamie's telling me to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Jamie. Actually, I like that Jamie tells us to wrap it up because then we don't just keep going and go, fuck.
You guys want to see what I've been playing with this whole time?
Oh,
You touched...
No, I don't.
You never have
No, because
hey
she did
guys, check those out.
Kid purchased white
Pretty cool.
Yeezys in an
They're too small.
attempt to sell
They
them.
are.
They're
They
too
hurt
small
so
for
much.
him.
They hurt so much. Does anyone
Why
want to
don't
buy
you
these
get
off
them
me for
bigger?
more than what
You'll
I
grow
paid
into 'em.
for? They hurt so much.
Don't wear them. You sell them.
Well, I've worn them now, and I don't want to lose money on them. They were $240 with
I've got
tax.
some camera equipment up on eBay I'm selling.
You want to trade
Wow.
I'm selling the C200.
this for the?
What are you selling it for?
I'm just going to look on what they are selling it for on eBay and sell it for like a little bit lower.
I might buy it from you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
You would buy it?
Maybe.
So we would just keep it in the office then?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm so confused about why you...
Then we could use a Mark 4.
I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to have you do it.
All right.
Thank you to our sponsors.
It's the dopest merch we've ever had. We've got a flannel. We've got a black long sleeve shirt. We've got a white shirt and a green shirt. And they're all amazing. Best stuff ever. You'll see we're having a video coming out on Friday. And it shows the photo shoot that we did, the badass photo shoot that Wes did for us. All that stuff is going to be in the Rooster Teeth store on Friday. Also, check out our socials at official SB7 on Twitter and Instagram and all of our individual socials. And just fucking keep sucking and fucking and riding
Shit,
on.
man. Send some funny shit.
Steve, notifications.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is in the comments where people are saying our videos aren't showing up in sub boxes, which is dope. We like that. That's really cool. Everyone likes that. Autumn likes it.
Yeah, I like
Hit
So-
that fucking bell. Get there, dude.
There's a bell button. I don't know exactly where it is on YouTube.
It's right
It's
next
around
to the
there.
subscribe thing, right?
Right next to the subscribe thing. Probably James is right. He's the
Yes,
analytics.
he's right. You're right, James. You're right.
So if you do like our
Videos. Tell a friend and hit that notification button.
and I hate to be the guy that does that, you know.
Me too. It's fucking annoying, but like
It's true.
we,
though.
it's a business now, and if you guys love us, keep on watching.
Those messages and then not say anything or say something and then being like us.
And we
I
have
don't
to
know why.
manual review everything. Come on.
No.
It's a weird system they have going on, but it feels like we're
should
getting the
And I-
fucked end of the
I
stick.
honestly feel like we're making fair pheromones.
I feel like the pheromones
Fairly
in the air.
cool shit.
We're making
Different content that I think
Good quality
should be
videos,
on
I
this
think.
fucking platform. And if you guys want it on the fucking platform, figure it out.
Where are you going to be, James?
We're gonna quit and have to fucking be fired.
I'm gonna start a business.
Oh
fuck.
We're gonna be doing remixes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do porn, dude.
I got G-Eazy on one of them.
prolapse porn.
Johnny, yes. Pump.
And then G-Eazy comes.
You'll be there for sure.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Beyond the
Bye-bye.
Pine. Bye-bye. Have a good. Jimmy, switch that shit.
Fences?
Titanic? Never heard of it?
She wasn't in Titanic,
But she should have been.
but she is one of the top actresses of our time, possibly one of the best ever. And Jamie did a scene with her, and did they scream at each other? Can you confirm that?
You have to watch and see.
You have to watch and see if they scream at each other.
10.
10
Proud of you,
Pacific.
buddy.
When? NBC?
Huge.
On
This Thursday. Wow. That's
Wow.
dope.
And
Good
we're
for you.
all so proud of Jamie because he's a fucking living legend.
Good job.
So
Jamie.
bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Have a good week, y'all.
I do the job that needs to be done, and that came from the need to. They said we need a show, and then they said, well, you need a writer, you need a talent, you need a editor, you need a sound guy, you need all this. I'll just do it.
So you were the head of everything.
that.
I was the only one, and so I just got used to just doing everything myself, and I never thought.